Joe Biden's Homeland Security Secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas, spent the day completely embarrassing himself. He just dodges questions about the border crisis. And he just tells us with a straight face that Biden is actually fixing the border. Watch this.
We inherited a broken and dismantled system that is already under strain. Yet, we have effectively managed an unprecedented number of non-citizens seeking to enter the United States.
Managing it? He's managing to break it. He inherited a strong border. To be exact, they're saying they've really managed the 1 million illegal immigrants that came through in Biden's first year. A whole million of them. That's not even counting the gotaways. So the White House pretty much spent the year importing an entire state of illegal immigrants. It's true. One almost twice the population size of Wyoming and Vermont. But don't worry. Our little secretary thinks it's all under control, and you shouldn't expect that to change anytime soon.
Secretary Mayorkas, do you believe frontline agents and officers who consistently say that they are poised to lose operational control or some or all of America's southern border once Title 42 is lifted?
We will not lose operational control of the border.
You already lost it, buddy. Mayorkas justified Trump's Remain in Mexico program, but his reasoning might surprise you.
I'm familiar with the migrant protection protocols, that the common language used to describe that is the Remain in Mexico program. I so significantly and ardently oppose it. We received, for example, a report of more than 1,500 incidents of murder, rape, torture, and other crimes committed against individuals who were subject to the Remain in Mexico program.
So the migrants were raping and murdering each other, and then are we letting them in too? Lauren Boebert is a Republican congressman out of Colorado. Does that make any sense to you, Congresswoman?
Jesse, nothing about this regime makes sense, only that they are trying to destroy and overwhelm our system. And look, I know that this is an incredibly serious topic. We have an invasion at our southern border. But how can you watch this guy come before Congress and not laugh? He's trying to tell us with a straight face he's effectively managed the border. Look, OJ's lawyers would probably turn down defending Biden's border policy. Even they have too much pride and self-respect than to try to defend what's happening at the border. I mean, he comes before the House and tells us he's spending millions on a wall that isn't being built, tells us that VA staff may be sent to the border instead of serving veterans, tells us that only Congress can solve his horrible policies, and actually thinks he'll be keeping his job. Mark my words, Jesse, Secretary Mayorkas will be impeached. If he doesn't resign, he will be impeached.
That's their game. They just lie. Remember, they said Republicans were the ones defunding police, and the Afghanistan evacuation was top-notch and was just going so well. I don't think the American people buy it, especially when you see these visuals. You seen this woman sprint into the water? I mean, this is a full-tilt sprint to the border, and there's no one there to stop her.
Jesse, the American people are not being deceived. Today, we are at 2.5 million illegals who have been caught crossing the southern border under Biden. And a modest projection is that there have been another 700,000 that were gotaways, meaning they got past Customs and Border Patrol. And how many of those 700,000, as you mentioned, were on the terrorist watch list? How many of those gotaways were rapists and murderers? We don't know, and that's the scary part. We must secure the southern border. DHS is now asking for all of this new money, but it's not for wall builders or agents who can refuse entry. No, they want more money to hire travel agents. Folks that'll say, hello, Mr. Drug Smuggler. Here's a free plane ticket to a city of your choice. Also, American taxpayers will be paying for your health care, schooling, and legal assistance. That's what's happening here. Jesse, I've talked to Border Patrol agents, and they say folks with COVID and all kinds of other diseases, TB and measles, are being sent through our southern border and allowed into the U.S. You know that the next COVID variant that Fauci is just waiting on so he can tell everyone to mask up again, that is coming through our southern border, and the Biden regime is doing nothing to stop it.
Yeah, they have control over the border, just like they have control over crime and control over inflation. Just a big mess. And then you have a African-American Border Patrol agent go there and try to rescue someone. He dies, and you don't hear anything about it. It's a sad situation, and we need to get it under control.
Jesse, the most control that I have seen is Peter Cottontail directing the commander-in-chief.
The Easter Bunny's running the show. It's a sad state of affairs. Thank you very much. Congressman Boebert.
Thanks, Jesse.
We'll see you soon.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.